Sports Minister Olivia Grange recently announced the government's plan to have Jamaica host international sporting events. But could there be potential roadblocks to this quest? Jordan Ford went searching for some answers.
2 years.
That was Minister Grange responding to the question of how soon the nation could be in a position to host an international sporting event. But Jamaica could be further away from hosting than the minister believes. Minister Grange has already put a committee in place to start bidding for these events. But while the idea may seem like a jackpot for Jamaica's economy, there are several factors to consider.
So the economic benefits are widely spoken about, but the problem is that many of the countries that have hosted games haven't been able to necessarily capitalize on this, and also the studies that are done before to try and get people to host events tend to use widely exaggerated estimates based on some multiplier effects, etc., which can't be found exposed after the event, but can't see any evidence of it.
Dr. Christine Clark is a lecturer in the Department of Economics at the University of the West Indies who lectures the course Economics of Sports. She says there are certain reasons why hosting international games doesn't necessarily turn into profit for the host city.
Primarily because, for example, there are some tourists who would have come to a particular destination, but upon hearing that a particular games is being held or international event, decide to go somewhere else because there's going to be crowds, congestion. They may not be able to go to the usual sites that they would want to because, you know, sport-related fans are going there. So you have these substitution effects.
But before the nation could even get to that stage, there would either need to be upgrades made to existing structures or have new structures built. Major Desmond Brown is the general manager of Independence Park Limited, operators of the National Stadium Complex.
A plan is in place. The projected cost is $45 million US, and we are down the track with the Ministry of Finance. It has been improving principle, and we're doing some background work, some project proposal, so they have bought into that project.
Those improvements, Major Brown says, range from improved spectator facilities, new access facilities, new or upgraded facilities for athletes, players and officials, and upgraded media facilities. And there would also be a time factor to consider.
What we presented to the government was a 5-year plan. But the reason for that is that we wanted to work on the stadium and not affect the major events here. If we were to told that we want it right away, it may mean cancellation of the event. It could be done a year and a half, 2 years.
But that would mean events such as the ISA Boys and Girls Championships, the National Championships, and the national football matches could have to be held elsewhere. Then there would be the aspect of road infrastructure. Stephen Shaw is the communications manager at the National Works Agency, the body responsible for undertaking road work in the island. He gives an idea of what the cost of upgrade work would be based on the cost of work currently being done in the corporate area.
If you take as your cue the work that we recently did in Barbican, it's not yet complete. Here we're spending well over $4 million US. Constant Spring Road is being done, and we are spending to have it widened and moving back walls and so on. That is over $20 million US.
In part 2 of this feature, we explore other aspects of hosting an international event, including plans for legacy. Jordan Fort, TVJ Sports.